right, so today we're back in our DK workbook for second grade, and we're going to turn to page 24. Looks like that. I'm giving you a second to find page 24. Okay, let's read what friction is. You read it with me. The resistance that occurs when surfaces rub together is a force called friction. Rough surfaces cause more friction, and smooth surfaces cause less friction. We're going to take our hands. If we rub them together, they're smooth, right? So we're causing smooth, less friction. Okay, this is less friction. But if I took two pieces of sandpaper, something super rough, or maybe a rock, two rocks, and rub them together, that would be a rough surface. So that would cause lots of friction, right? So page 24, you're going to work on this one with a parent. We can't really do that on the video. So today, together, we're going to work on page 25. Friction helps people play sports. In some sports, you need high friction to help grip smooth surfaces. Let's underline it. High friction, we need to grip things, right? In other sports, you need low friction so that things don't, so they can slide easy. So if there's going to be sliding involved, it's going to be low friction. If it's going to be, we don't want any sliding, that would be high friction. So what sport is this young man playing? Tennis, right. And so he doesn't want to fall, right? Because he's running around. We don't want him falling during that tennis game. So it would be high friction. What is this young man playing? He has a bowling ball, so he's bowling. We want this bowling ball to slide across the surface, right? So this would be low. So let's go over it again. With low friction, you want things to slide around. With high friction, you do not. What is happening here? What is she doing? She is skiing. That's right. So she wants to slide. So that would be low. What about this young man? He is rock climbing, right? He does not want to slide. Not at all. So high friction. Good job. And parents that are following along, if you would like for the child to write the word high and low, just to practice for spelling, you could do that. You could write high here. Kind of integrate a little bit of handwriting into the lesson. And then here we're going to practice doing low. And you would do the same for the bottom. All right, let's do page 26 together. Simple machines, read it with me. Simple machines make work easier for us. They allow us to push and pull things over a great distance. These are the 6 words that describe simple machines. Say it after me. Inclined plane, lever, pulley, screw, wedge, and wheel. And I went ahead and wrote them in for you. This page usually is a really hard page. This is one that's a little bit harder to understand. So I went ahead and put them in for you. So number 1, a wheel. So you want to write the word wheel in this space. It is a circular device that turns around an axle. We're looking over here for a wheel. Here we go. We would draw a line to it. Pause if you need to have more time. Number 2, a lever. It's a stiff bar that turns on a fulcrum. This is a lever. So we have this stiff bar that's kind of turning on this piece of wood that's there. Number 3. A wedge is an object with at least one slanting side that ends with a sharp edge. This is a wedge. So we've got this, flat side, we have a pointed side, a wedge. All right. Number 4, an inclined plane is a sloping surface that connects to a lower level to a higher level. This is an inclined plane, and many times we refer to this as a doorstop sometimes, right? Okay. Number 5, a pulley. A pulley is where we're pulling on one side. That's why it's called pulley. We're pulling and it's lifting something up. And this is very helpful if you're trying to move something to a higher area. You don't want to pick it up. It might hurt you. It's so heavy. So you might use a pulley system to pull it up. Okay. Number 6, a screw. And they can come in many different sizes. A screw is a shaft with a groove that spirals around it. So all these little spirals, we can take a screwdriver, right? And we can make it go into the wood. Like that. Now you pause if you need to go ahead and write them in. And parents, one thing that you could do is you could draw these. So put a screw on the front of a note card, and then on the back, put the definition of it or ways that you could use a screw. So if you want additional enrichment. All right, so now we're on page 27, and we're looking at simple machines in action. Let's read it together. Simple machines can help us do many jobs. So we're going to look at this picture, and we're going to try to find out, where do we see some machines, simple machines being used? Well, right here, he's using a pulley, right? He is putting a screw into this doghouse. He's using a screwdriver. So I don't see them doing anything, but look right here. He is cutting wood. He's using that wedge to go between the wood to cut it easier. It will fall apart faster. He is using a screw or possibly a wedge to open up this can of paint. And then here he's using a wheelbarrow, the lever system. Do you see any more? No, I don't see any more. So you can color this if you like. All right, and then parents, on page 28, here's just an optional lab if you want to try it out. But let's talk about what a lever is together. So a lever is the point at which a lever turns is called a fulcrum. The fulcrum needs to be in the right place for the lever to work. So if we can use our pencil, it could be the fulcrum, and we lay it down and we place something on top of it. We could make our own little weight system. We could put some pennies over here and then something easy to try to weigh it out. So we want to see. So you could test this out with really anything if you have a ruler. Or you can look on YouTube and watch this actual lab. You can find lots of lever labs. And so this is where we'll be next week on matter. And that'll be on page 29. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.